Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? We hope you've enjoyed the class of 2021 video montage. Thanks to all of our graduates, their families, and Ms. Tobias Carey, Senior Class Advisor, for making it possible. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bob Fraser, and I am the proud high school counselor at the Lauderhill 6-12 Magnet School. At this time, we would like to request that all guests clear the aisles and be seated so that we may begin the commencement ceremony for Lauderhill 6-12 class of 2021. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we also at this time would ask that you place all cell phones on silent, keep face masks on, and remain seated as we first welcome our distinguished guests and the high school faculty and staff of Lauderhill 6-12. Okay, we're waiting on pomp and circumstance. Platform guests and robed faculty, you may be seated. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, in lieu of a processional, we ask that you welcome the Lauderhill 6-12 class of 2021, who will now stand, along with their senior class sponsor, Ms. Sabrina Tobias Carey. If we could have pomp and circumstance again, please. Okay, continue. Standing, please, graduates. At this time, please rise, all guests, for the presentation of colors by the Coral Glades High School, JROTC. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our SGA President, Eliza Irwin Ortiz.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now let's welcome Senior Empress Weber and Miss Duncan, who will both lead us in the playing the national anthem. Please remain standing. Distinguished guests, family, friends, and classmates, please be seated.
Thank you, and again, thank you, Coral Glades JROTC and our students on stage. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the commencement exercises for the Lauderhill 6 through 12 STEM Med Magnet School of 2021. It is my pleasure to introduce our platform guests. Please hold your applause until the end of the introductions. Seated to my left, Dr. Ryan Reardon, Principal of Lauderhill 6 through 12, Dr. Rosalind Osgood, School Board Chair and our District 5 School Board member, Dr. Antoine Hickman, Chief Student Support Initiatives and Recovery Officer, Ms. Priscilla Ribeiro-Basil, Office of School Performance and Accountability Director, Mayor Ken Thurston, City of Lauderhill, Commissioner Ray Martin, City of Lauderhill. Seated to my right, Ms. Sabrina Tobias Carey, Senior Class Sponsor, Jessica Pinnell, Valedictorian, Jada Silvera, Salutatorian and Senior Class President, Eliza Irwin Ortiz, SGA President, Ms. Keisha Maxwell, Assistant Principal, Ms. Shannon Birch, Assistant Principal, Mr. Leslie Farr, Assistant Principal. We ask that the following senior, let's have applause for everyone. We ask the following senior class officers not seated on stage to stand, face the audience, and be recognized. So you'll stand and be recognized, please. Kamani Edwards, Senior Class Co-Vice President. Abigail Williams, Senior Class Co-Vice President. Shamara Spence, Senior Class Secretary. Latricia Gordon, Senior Class Treasurer. Khalil Campbell, Senior Class Historian. Also with us today are the wonderful faculty and staff of Lauderhill 6 through 12. Will all faculty and staff members please stand and be recognized? Dr. Reardon was appointed to the principal position of Lauderhill 6 through 12 in 2013. At that time, the enrollment of Lauderhill Middle School was around 478 students. 13 classrooms sat empty each day, and the number of advanced students enrolled in 6th grade was in the single digits. The high school did not exist, and change was needed. Dr. Reardon could offer only two things to the first group of students. You will graduate high school, and you will go to college. Dr. Reardon has been an administrator in the Boyd Anderson School Zone since 2005, and here is a unique fact about that. He currently has served as administrator to this innovation zone longer than any administrator in the zone. He is often heard saying to our high school students, I will personally make sure you walk across that stage, but you will personally make sure you walk across the college stage. For those of you who know Dr. Reardon, he will tell you and reminds us that there are three areas that come before a person's job: your faith, your family, and health. Give time to your health, see your doctor, love your family, and honor your faith. Get these things perfect, and your job will be perfect as well. This inspiration has certainly been needed during this worldwide pandemic we have all lived. He stresses the words of Dr. Osgood, that all children have a need to grow every single day. While he thinks outside the box and challenges us not to be normal, to take risks, he does so to make sure that what we do is best for our kids. As you know, Dr. Reardon loves our high school kids. Please join me in welcoming the only principal Lauderhill 6 through 12 has had since it opened its doors in 2013, Dr. Ryan Reardon.
We had a lot of empty classrooms back then. We have some empty classrooms right now. Let's get that joke off the table. Okay, so just so you know, we are streaming on the internet, and there are a couple hundred people that are actually watching this right now. So we need to do our best to make sure it seems as though this arena is packed. It is standing room only. And so we're going to make a little bit of noise when we do these type of things. So, Bob, thank you for that wonderful message. Class of 2021, we did it. Yeah. And when I say we, I'm referring to the many people here tonight that assisted you in reaching this major milestone. First of all, how about this Performing Arts Center? This graduation season has been quite different. Many of our neighboring schools have had their ceremonies, but I can say that none of them will have a facility that operates with the extreme professionalism that the LPAC does. We would not be here celebrating this wonderful night without the support and dedication of the City of Lauderhill and their wonderful staff. So let me take a second and say thank you to all Lauderhill City employees who helped making tonight a reality. This is an add-on. How about those magazines? Because the one thing that we know, if you've never been to a Lauderhill 612 graduation, we break script. That's what we do. So we're going off script right now to say, wow, what a magazine, what a program, and thank you to Ms. Tobias Carey and staff and students to making that happen. For the Lauderhill 612 alumni, the former graduates of our school, tonight we will graduate our 165th student. How many students have attended? 165. How many have graduated? 165. If you're an alumni here, please let me say hello, welcome, and just throw your hands up and say hi. We do have alumni that have joined us for this evening. We are so excited to be here tonight. On the stage with me are various staff members of the school district, including many chiefs within our district. Mayor Ken Thurston and Commissioner Martin are here, and I wanted to publicly thank Mayor Thurston. From the early days of 2013, you stood by us in our development of Lauderhill 612. You knew we were going to build a high school, and you knew we could do it the right way. Today, sir, you remain one of our biggest supporters, and we thank you for always believing in what our vision was, the direction we were headed, and your support in walking the walk to help us get there. Mayor Thurston, if you could, this is one of my favorite moments because never does a principal get to ask a mayor to do something. This is really cool. Mayor Thurston, could you please join me up on stage? I do have an award for you. On behalf of the students, faculty, and staff, we just want to say thank you, sir. You've stood by us from 2013, many more years ahead.
Thank you. Thank you.
And while we are also joined by our biggest cheerleader, our advocates among all advocates, our dedicated school board member, Dr. Roslyn Osgood. And while their introductions will be coming soon, for now I want to recognize some people in the audience who on a daily basis make a difference to all of our graduates. Keep in mind that we are live streaming on the internet, so there are a lot of family members watching from home. Can I ask that the mothers and fathers of all of our graduates please stand and allow all of us here to recognize you in your efforts. And please stand, keep standing. You do not need to sit down. All grandmas and grandpas, great-grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins, nieces, and nephews of our graduates, please stand and join them so you also can be recognized. Please stand seated, and if you're online with us, you can stand up too because we're saying thanks to you as well. This is my favorite part and the part that the graduates love the most. All brothers and sisters of our graduates, please stand and be recognized. Okay, so how am I going to get everyone to stand? All family members, family friends, significant others, Lauderhill 612 staff members, and any other individual here that has impacted the life of one of our graduates, please join us by standing so our students can recognize you. You may be seated. Thank you. I always like to add a special introductory part right now. There are those in the audience that are the family members of our staff, our faculty, the ones who get to hear the real, the raw 612 stories, joys and frustrations. If you are a family member of a Lauderhill 612 employee, please stand up. Okay. I say that publicly each year because it allows me to keep my tradition of saying thank you to my own mother and father. Mom, Dad, I love you. You have been there for me for many years. The two of you have made sure you give me an ear that listens and an eye that looks out for me. Here's to our 5th graduation with you sitting front row. We love you. Graduates of 2021, tonight is your night. It is the night that we recognize your hard work, and we recognize it together as a class, together as a school family. Very soon you will be called up to the stage to receive your high school diploma. That journey will take you, while only a few hundred feet. It will represent the ending of one chapter in your educational life and officially start another. The chapter of higher education, college life, and career decisions. Tomorrow, you will wake up to the sound of an alarm clock. Maybe, maybe not. You will open your eyes for the first time and say that you are an official graduate of what I consider to be the best high school in Broward County, a high school that has posted a graduation rate of 100% year after year after year after year after year. We have now gone 5 years in a row and made sure that each high school graduate has taken at least one college course prior to walking across the stage. 8 years later, since our start, we landed in the top 8% of high schools nationwide as featured in the U.S. World News and Report, and tonight we're graduating 27 more seniors. A fun fact about our graduating class, the average GPA of our graduates tonight is a 4.2. And gentlemen, the gentlemen graduates, how about the female graduates? Talk about setting the bar. We just simply have to accept that the fact that we have some amazingly smart female graduates tonight. Our number 1, our number 2, our number 3, our number 4, and our number 5 are all female students. Their respective GPAs are 4.8, 4.6, 4.6, 4.6, and 4.6. Scholarship totals for this class of 27, are you ready for this? Total over $650,000 and growing. And while I could go on and on and on, I will end with 4 words. Welcome to graduation 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Reardon. Mayor Ken Thurston was elected to office in 2010 and has been a resident of Lauderhill since 1994. His current term of mayor is from November 2018 through November 2022. Some additional accomplishments the mayor has received are a graduate of Morehouse College, a certified property manager realtor, hobbies include reading and gardening, married to Victoria Thurston with 4 children. Affiliations include Mount Olive Baptist Church, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, and the Kiwanis Club of Central Broward. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Mayor Thurston.
Good afternoon. To all of the platform guests, Dr. Reardon, Dr. Osgood, welcome to Lauderhill. It's a real pleasure for me to be here, and I would have to say that I'm super excited tonight. It's an honor to have such a high-performing school, and I get to say it's in Lauderhill. For the past year and a half, we've all been challenged by the COVID-19 pandemic. It has not been easy for anyone, but it especially has been difficult for those who are trying to complete their studies and become high school graduates. So I applaud you. You've done it. But now I challenge you to set new goals. Class of 2021, set high goals. There's no tragedy in not reaching a goal that you set. The tragedy is not having a goal. So dream big and reach for the stars. Don't let other people's opinions dictate your values. Dig deep and realize your potential. Since the first graduating class, the city of Lauderhill has wanted to push the graduates. We wanted to thank you. And with that very first class, we gave a book scholarship to each graduate. And tonight, I'm here to let you know that that policy continues. Each of the 27 graduates are going to receive a book scholarship from the city of Lauderhill. So every graduate of Lauderhill 612 has received a book scholarship from the city of Lauderhill. And we're just honored to be in a position to encourage you to continue to achieve and to continue your education. So thank you.
Wow, thank you, Mayor Thurston, and the City of Lauderhill for your continued support of Lauderhill 6 through 12. Now for a musical presentation by Senior Empress Weber under the direction of Ms. Crystal Duncan. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Empress Weber and Ms. Duncan. Let's give a large round of applause for Empress Weber and Miss Duncan. At this time, Ms. Tobias Carey will introduce Lauderhill's 6 through 12 Class of 2021 Salutatorian.
Good evening, faculty and staff, elected officials, parents, family, friends, and the class of 2021. As mentioned, I am Ms. Tobias Carey, affectionately known as Ms. TC to her students. Tonight I have the honor of introducing this year's salutatorian, Jada Severa. Before I tell you about Jada, I would like for her parents to please stand. Let me hear you. Okay. I'm sure they're there. I just can't see them. Mr. and Mrs. Severa, Jada is a member of your team. She has relied on your team. She has deferred difficult decisions on your team. And your team has made many sacrifices for her. Because of this, the team, not just Jada, are the ultimate winners tonight. Congratulations on a great job raising an amazing young lady. You may be seated. Thank you. Now let's get down to it. Jada is one of the most talented and dedicated scholars I've encountered in over 20 years of teaching. And of course, it also stands to reason that such a brilliant and active student will excel in the extracurricular realm as well. I will admit though, it is hard to compute just how much she has to muster the energy for all these pursuits. Activities that include participating in Mentors Tomorrow Leaders, Yearbook Club, Future Educators of America, National Honor Society, Student Government Association, serving on the Superintendent's Advisory Committee, the President of CCT Club, and your 2021 class president. In addition, Jada has accumulated 266 hours of community service and worked 20 hours per week at her part-time job. Yeah. I'm glad I had the opportunity to share with everyone gathered here tonight a synopsis of her achievement, for they are noteworthy and deserve our recognition. But at the end of the day, the grades and the awards are not how we will remember Jada. Instead, we, the faculty and staff at Lauderhill 612, will remember Jada by her impact that she's had on our team. In a cultural time and place that desperately needs it, we are proud and thankful to be sending a person into the world who stands to share her voice in creating humanity and justice. So Jada, as you leave our walls with a staggering 4.6 grade point average, to pursue a degree in medicine from the Florida Atlantic University, I say to you, eyes have not seen, nor ears heard the plan that your God has for you. Don't rest. There's so much more still worth fighting for. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please join me in welcoming Lauderhill 612 Class of 2021 Salutatorian Jada Severa.
Well, I don't know how I can top that, but let's try. Let me find it, okay. Good evening, parents, friends, and faculty in the class of 2021. We are here to celebrate the graduation of Lauderhill 6 to 12, class of 2021. It is with great pride that I stand up here as your salutarian. This is the only time we can say that being second best has its perks. On that note, congratulations, Jessica, on being the valedictorian. It is well-deserved, and I'm proud of you. I want to start by thanking my parents and my siblings for the constant support and love they showed me throughout this chapter of my life. I want to thank my mom for going above and beyond for me when I needed help studying, and my dad for making education an essential aspect of my life from the very beginning. Also, to Miss TC, who took me under her wing this past year and helped mold me into the leader that I am today, thank you. It was not something that was required of you, and I appreciate everything that you have done for me and all the lessons you have taught me. Now that all this sappy stuff is out of the way, let's get down to business. I could come up here and talk about how much of a struggle it was to finish the school year, or about all the senior activities that we missed. However, that would be depressing, and we're here to celebrate. So instead, I will say how proud I am of everyone in this graduating class, not only because we have made history as the best graduating class at Lauderhill 6-12, I say no, that is completely biased, but also because we're the second smallest class to ever walk this stage, yet we have accomplished so much and have yet to reach our highest peak. 4 years ago, we opened this chapter called high school. We willingly walked into the unknown, hoping for the best. Today, I can say that choosing to go to Lauderhill 6-12 and getting to know all of you was the best decision I made. Not only because of the academics, but also because of the friends and memories I have made here. The close-knit environment has molded each of us into leaders, ready to go into the world and succeed. We are no longer lost and confused first-year students. We stand here today as a family who has helped each other gather the necessary tools to be successful. As this chapter of our lives closes, we reflect on our time here. I urge you to remember the lessons you have been taught, as high school is not the end of our story, and these lessons will benefit us as we once again willingly step into the unknown. As I close out this speech, I leave you with this daily affirmation that I find myself drawn to and living by. Never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life. Define yourself. Now is not the time to be quiet and choose the path someone else has set for us. It is the time to make multiple mistakes and find ourselves and what makes us happy. Never give anyone the power to take that away from you. Thank you for coming, and have a good night. I can't wait to see where your path takes you.
Thanks, Jada. I have the pleasure of introducing our valedictorian for the Lauderhill 6-12 class of 2021, Ms. Jessica Pinnell. First, some information about Jessica's family. Please stand. Mr. Stephen Allen, Jessica's dad. Jessica commented to me that you're one of the biggest influences in her life, and seeing you work hard every day has pushed Jessica to do the same. Also, please stand. Santino Allen. Jessica says you are a great brother, and she wishes to continue to be a role model for you. Thank you both. You may be seated. Jessica's mom, Sandy Allen, you are a big influence on her life, and you guide her with great support. Here we go. Some educational facts about Jessica Pinnell. Are you ready for these amazing facts? First, she is graduating #1 in the class with a GPA of 4.7966. Wow. What an accomplishment. Second, this is really something. Jessica is leaving Lauderhill 6-12 with a total of 36 college credits. That whopping total is equivalent to over a year of college completed this year. This past year, she was a full-time college student, completing early admission with straight A's at Broward College. Wow, again, what an accomplishment. Jessica is all set to enter Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton this fall. She plans on majoring in industrial psychology. I envision her going to great heights in all her educational and career goals. Let me ask you please to come to the podium. We are so proud of you, Jessica Pinnell.
Good evening, teachers and staff, family and friends, and of course, my fellow graduates sitting before me. It is an honor to be standing here before you and giving you these final words as we venture off into the unknown. It seems like just yesterday when we entered the world of high school as freshmen. Now we have become prepared for our upcoming endeavors, all in the hopes for us to be the next wave of success for our generation. In addition to this, I wouldn't have made it here today without the support of my parents. Also, I would like to say thank you to my little brother and my friends sitting in the crowd who have helped me get through my darkest times, and especially those who have helped me get rid of my anxiety coming up here today. And also, thank you to the teachers and staff who have graciously guided me along the way for the past years. For 4 years, we have expressed creativity and intelligence. We have had the undefeated strive to be better, and this is a feat we did together. High school is about the experiences we made and how we handled those encounters. Even though our memories and times together weren't always as cheerful as we expected them to be, we still made it. We pushed through the restless nights and sleep deprivation and still made it to school. We shouldered the burden of the potential that we carried, and we brought it with us to the stage today. We are the future. Look around and take a look at the graduates of 2021 and how we have grown. We have put forth an unimaginable amount of work and dedication to be here. This is why we have earned the right to walk across the stage today, to show that we are successful and we will continue to thrive as we enter new possibilities. Today is a day to celebrate us as a whole and what we have accomplished for the last 4 years. We have put in the work individually and collectively. Therefore, we all deserve to be here. So enough is enough. To all my graduates in the crowd, are you excited to graduate? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up once more for our salutatorian Jada Silvera and valedictorian Jessica Pinnell. Students on stage. At this time, please join your class for the processional group. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our esteemed Assistant Principal, Ms. Keisha Maxwell.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, members of the graduating class have been recognized for academic achievement and exceptional community service. Gold and silver cords symbolize this recognition. Students wearing gold cords are recognized for achieving a 3.75 cumulative grade point average or higher. The following students wearing gold honor cords, please stand, face the audience, and allow us to recognize your achievement. Romario Brown, Javane Campbell. That's okay, we can do it once more. Romario Brown, Javane Campbell, Khalil Campbell, Wilson Charles, Trisha Davis, Kimani Edwards, Rainisha Ellis, Betsy Flores, Ashanti Fong, Shalani Gonzalez Garcia, Latricia Gordon, Jeremy Hernandez, Elisa Irwin Ortiz, Wylinda Labadie, Roxanne Lusant, Nakaya Neal, Anicia Palmer, Jessica Pinnell, Aaron Robinson, Jada Silvera, Shamara Spence, Danique Taylor, Empress Weber, and Abigail Williams. Thank you, and please be seated. Students wearing silver cords are recognized for compiling over 250 hours of community service. The following students with silver cords, please stand, face the audience once you hear your name, and allow us to recognize your commitment to our community. With 1,169 hours, Wilson Charles. 849 hours, Trisha Davis. 295 hours, Kimani Edwards. 468 hours, Rainisha Ellis. 260 hours, Anicia Palmer. And with 266 hours, Jada Silvera. Thank you, graduates. At this time, our principal, Dr. Reardon, will introduce our keynote speaker.
Thank you to that one person. Okay. Let's do the formal introduction. Dr. Rosalind Osgood is a Broward County native and graduate of Fort Lauderdale High School, class of '96. She has earned both a master's and doctoral degree in public administration from Nova Southeastern University. In 2001, the late preacher extraordinaire, Dr. Matt King Carter, licensed Dr. Osgood as the first female preacher in the history of the new Mount Olive Baptist Church. In 2002, she was ordained, and in December of 2007, she earned the Master of Divinity degree from the New Orleans Southern Baptist Theological Seminary. She currently serves as an associate minister at the new Mount Olive Baptist Church. In addition, she is the founder of Dr. Rosalind Osgood's Ministry International and is an anointed itinerant preacher. Dr. Osgood has over 21 years of experience in nonprofit management. She is the CEO of the Mount Olive Development Corporation for the past 16 years. She is a former adjunct professor at Nova Southeastern University Huizenga School of Business, where she taught leadership and public policy evaluation in the Masters of Public Administration program. She is currently serving as an elected official and the chair of the Broward County School Board representing District 5. Dr. Osgood is an author of 2 academic articles and a book titled The Story Behind the Story. She's a member of numerous professional organizations, including the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority and the Fort Lauderdale chapter of the Lynx. She has served on numerous boards and committees, and in 2013, Dr. Osgood became the first female chaplain for the city of Fort Lauderdale's police department. She has received numerous awards, including the 2009 J.M. Family's African American Achievers Award for Community Service. Dr. Osgood's mottos are: overcome obstacles by optimizing opportunities and obtaining outstanding outcomes, as well as children have a need to grow every day. That is the introduction to Dr. Osgood. That was the formal introduction to Dr. Osgood. However, at Lauderhill 612, we do things a little bit different. We do things differently, we bond differently, and we reach out and welcome support differently. We shake hands here, we hug, we pray, and we celebrate. And when bad things happen, when challenging times happen, we hold hands tighter, and we know that we will be okay. During these tough times, we have leaned on you, Dr. Osgood, for support, and you have always been here for us. Dr. Osgood, you have been our cheerleader through the building of our school since day one. From the opening days of our raw groups to celebrating your 25th birthday last year, with our students, Together, by not sweating the small stuff and focusing on the whole child, Lauderhill 612 has made major gains. Students have had fun, enjoyed schools, learned in all areas, and lastly, and I do save this for last, we have boosted our school grade year after year after year. We have continued our tradition in graduating 100% of our students. Dr. Osgood, you have always found a way to balance the love and dedication that the many students of Lauderhill 612 need each and every single day. Publicly today, our school thanks you, our students thank you, and lastly, I thank you. From being a mentor to a friend, a listener, and a supporter through all the good times and the bad, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to welcome to the stage our keynote speaker, Dr. Rosalind Osgood.
Always nervous when Dr. Reardon gets the mic. First, I want to start off by thanking Dr. Reardon and the staff, the FAFSO, him and his assistant principals, all of the hardworking teachers that I see a lot of times on the weekend going above and beyond to help the students beyond anything that's related to your pay grade. Thank you so much for what you do for our students. I also want to thank the City of Lauderhill for their partnership. Since we've opened a high-performing high school in Lauderhill, the City of Lauderhill has not just sent emails to complain, they have been intricately involved from putting the first graduating class name at City Hall to giving a book scholarship every year to working with the different programs in the school. So to the mayor and to Commissioner Martin, thank you for what the City of Lauderhill and your commitment to education. The mayor also hosts a teacher's appreciation breakfast where he brings the teachers in and celebrate them. And you can't do this work in the education space without true partnerships. Thank you to all of the parents that trust us with your students, their children, the parents that made the decision to send their children to a high-performing high school that does not have traditional sports and some of the other things, but is focused on academic achievement. Thank you for entrusting us with your kids, and as we celebrate tonight, we also celebrate you. Can you thank your parents for me, please? So this is District 5, and I am the proud school board member that represents District 5, because in District 5, we do it like nowhere else. We have the best graduation program in the history of Broward County schools tonight, right here in District 5. Those of you online see this. This is our graduation program, a magazine that was created by our graduating class and our staff here at Lauderhill 6 through 12 in the city of Lauderhill in District 5. I love District 5. That's right. I gotta brag about it, right? Because nobody do it like we do it, right? Y'all know I'm right about it. As I thought about our message tonight, this is my 5th time Dr. Reardon likes for me to be the keynote speaker at these graduations. And I thought about COVID and where we started with COVID and how it was very challenging and how we had to pivot. And I thought about this morning, I get this text message from Dr. Reardon, and I look, and there he is in this blue suit with an orange tie. Y'all know how he dresses, right? And I'm saying, is that Deepside? Where is he at? So I'm calling him, Dr. Reardon, where are you? I'm out in the community looking for my students, for my seniors. I'm going to put a sign in their yard to celebrate them. So I had to remind him, you know, there are some neighborhoods that you just gotta be cautioning if you're gonna wear a blue suit and an orange tie. You know what I'm saying. But that's his love and his passion for his students. He's willing to go to any extent to love and care for the students. And he's willing to think out of the box and get me in trouble a lot of times. So a couple of years ago, he started this rumor that he was my favorite principal. So I started getting a lot of flack from other marvelous principals. I mentioned it to him, and he made it even worse. So some people are still convinced that he's my favorite principal. I guess one day we'll really find out. But I really appreciate his service to our students, his service to the staff, and how he goes above and beyond to think outside of the box, to get things done, to make things happen for the students. And I say that because leadership is so critically important. And sometimes as a leader, you have to take some risks to meet the needs of the people that you are serving. Because leadership is about service. It's not about dictating and lording over anybody. It's about having a team and positioning them and supporting them and bringing out the best. And tonight, as we look at the accomplishments of these students, we know that it is collective excellence. We know that no one individual could work in a way and get the results that we have here tonight. We can't do education without the support of the community, the Kiwanis and the mini groups that work with us. So I am always excited to come here because I see true community when I see the excellence of our students. And then I get to see them a lot of times on the weekend interacting with other groups for sororities, fraternities, the AKAs, the links, and all the things that they do. And people are just wowed at them in their intellect. A couple of years ago, the school hosted this business fair where these students had created these business ideas. And it was just amazing. Some of them had developed apps. And all of this was happening right here in the city of Lauderhill in District 5 at Lauderhill 6 through 12. These amazing things that would never make the news. So I am proud to represent District 5 because we have it going on in District 5. So those of you all that know me know that I love basketball. And normally during this time of year, I'm going back and forth with James Griffin, the principal of BA, because he's pulling for the Golden State Warriors and LeBron James, and I'm a diehard Heat fan. But this year, that's not happening. And as I thought about this message tonight, being an avid basketball player, when we come to this game of life, it is a game that we have to play. When I started out playing basketball, I've been this same height, 9.5 shoes, since like 6th grade. A lot of kids used to bully me and call me names, but I kept watching wrestling on Saturdays at noon until I learned a few moves to shut them up and stop them from saying some of the things that they were saying. But I found my freedom in basketball, being bullied. You know, my life hasn't always been where it is today. When Dr. Reardon was reading all those wonderful things about my bio, he didn't mention how 32 years ago I lived homeless on the streets, battling with addiction. He didn't mention how I literally could not read to the end of 3rd grade. I messed around and got hooked up with this teacher by the name of Ellen Walters. And between her skills, belts, rulers, and other things that she brought to the table, I eventually learned how to read. And when you think about this game of life, life has many different challenges. I started out being a post player in basketball. And as a post player, when they run the play to the post player, you have to find the right place on the court to line up. If you get in the lane, which is closest to the basket, they penalize you with 3 seconds. You can't stay in that spot too long. So some plays you set up on the box, other plays you set up farther out. And as you're playing the game of basketball, the closer you are to the goal, the more secure you feel, especially if you're a tall person in the post, because you're normally kind of clumsy too until you really get the game down. And life is like that. As you matriculate in life and you move away from your goal, your foundation, which is your high school family, the wonderful, loving family at Lauderhill 6 through 12, the farther you move away from it, the more obstacles and more challenges that you're going to have to face, the more decisions you're going to have to make. But I learned in playing basketball that as I work in the post, everybody's going to expect me to post on the block because I'm a post player. If I'm going to be effective, I'm going to have to learn how to move away from the box, move up by the free throw line. I'm going to have to learn how to move and have some flexibilities to move to different spots on the floor to score from, so I'm not so predictable. In life, you're going to find times when you're in that position, in that spot where you're at your strength. It is what you feel best about. It's what you feel strongest about. But sometimes you're going to need to level up, and you're going to find yourself in a spot that you're not comfortable, a spot where you're weak. You know, any good ball player that grew up playing ball on the park, you know that you got to know how to use your right and your left hand. You know, I always had this fantasy about one day being on the court with Shaquille O'Neal and taking him to the court, because he kind of never learned how to use his left hand. So I know if I force him to put that ball in the left hand, I'm going to steal those cookies every time he put it in the left hand, because he can't, you know that. But that, you know, maybe that'll happen one day within the next 5 years. I'm kind of getting older now. But you have to learn how to focus on your area of weakness and strengthen it. It's okay to say you don't know. It's okay to say you need help. You will not make it through life without needing someone to help you in those areas of deficit. Strong leaders that achieve greatness are able to look at themselves and acknowledge and admit those areas where they have deficits, those areas that they struggle, those areas that they need to work on and improve. As you go through life, you have to not only be committed to professional development, but you have to also be committed to personal development. And as you maneuver to those different spots on the court, you learn how to play those spots better. I also played ball at home in the park with guys who were taller than me. So if I didn't want to get a bust lip or a black eye every day, I had to learn how to shoot on the perimeter, because if I got under the goal, they didn't care that I was a girl. They playing to win, so they going to elbow me just like they elbowed everybody else, until I learned how to trip them down sometimes so they wouldn't keep elbowing me. But you're going to have to learn how to shoot from the different places in life, and you're going to have to learn how to score from whatever seat that you're positioned in. The one thing I love about basketball is it's a game that you don't play solo. You always have an option to pass the ball to somebody else. It's very important that you build a strong team, that you put people around you that you can pass the ball to every now and then, people that can score for you, people that can encourage you to keep on keeping on. And as you continue to develop your skills in playing the game of basketball, you'll begin to understand that you're never going to be a great basketball player unless you're willing to take risks. Sometimes you just have to step across the half-court line at the top of the key and shoot the shot. You know, you got to take that risk to make it happen. And as you play this game of basketball, you learn the different places that you become more effective. But one thing we oftentimes miss in the game of basketball, even as good players, we build our game in so many ways, whether we're going to the hoop or whether we're shooting a jump shot. A lot of times we don't focus on using the backboard. The backboard shot is the most accurate shot in basketball. And for me, my backboard is my faith. It's my relationship with God. It's what I can go to when I've messed up. It's what I can go to when I've been hurt and disappointed. And let me just be real with you. You will have disappointments. You will get let down by people that you think should handle you a certain way. Everything in life is not going to go the way that you want it to go. But if you use God as your backboard, you'll find the power in this thing called forgiveness. And when you learn how to forgive as a part of your personal development, you go through life a lot less weighted. You go through life not looking to retaliate and be mean and get somebody back. You take what they did to you, although it hurts, you acknowledge it, but you use it to make you stronger, to make you better. When the obstacles of life come, instead of allowing them to take you out the game, you have to optimize those opportunities. When I played basketball and somebody blocked my shot, now I'm thinking, I got to come back at them. So when they blocked my shot last time, What was I doing? So now I'm gonna fake and cross them over and make them fall down so they won't ever block my shot again. But you have to optimize those opportunities that you're struggling to be stronger and to be better. And I found out that my backboard a lot of times is when I'm in my weakness, my backboard is at its best. It's working for me best. When I'm at my weakness, God is working in my life better than I could never even imagine. So as you build your success entourage, don't take it lightly about the faith element. We went into this pandemic, and it was like nothing we never seen before. Many of us lost loved ones. Many of us didn't know what kind of resources we would have. Things just started shutting down in ways that we could never imagine that they would shut down. But the power of love and the power of God kept us persevering, it kept us moving forward. And not only did you survive the pandemic, you thrived in the pandemic. And that's why you're here today celebrating academic excellence and high achievement, that you have 100% graduation. No other school in Broward County can boast about 100% graduation for 5 consecutive years. So as you play the game of, yeah, that's a good place to clap. In closing, what COVID has taught me this year about basketball, when I played basketball back in my younger days, just a few years ago, you know, I always was in good shape and I wanted to play the entire game from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. You have to set life up where every now and then you gotta take a break. You have to sit on the bench. You need to be your mental health, you need to pause a moment to take care of your mind. You need to take a break from all the hustles and the bustles and the demand of greatness to make sure that your mind is stable, to give your mind a break from thinking. I like to take vacations out of the country to just go do nothing, to just get away from everything. And it's amazing how you feel once you take that break. You know, you move past thinking about all the things you gotta do. Because you know what, if you don't pause and take that break, you're not gonna have the mental fortitude to complete those things anyway. And ultimately, it'll start making you physically sick where you're not even able to get in the game. That's why you build a team. You have a bench that you're able sometimes to take some time for yourself. You've been studying real hard. You've been working real hard. Some of you are working jobs. Others of you are transitioning to summer school. But find a day or so for yourself to just relax and do some of the fun things that you want to do. You deserve it, and you've earned it. And finally, in basketball, we all play to win. Most teams have a superstar. And I want to say to you, when you find yourselves on the various teams, there may be a superstar on the team. But just know whatever your contribution is, the team can't win without it. So you're just as important as that superstar. Your name might not be the name that's in neon lights, but the idea that you have, the business that you start, what you do to make the world a better place is going to go a long ways. Now, I started off telling you how I normally don't pull for LeBron James. But looking at LeBron James through COVID and continuing to grow as a leader, you have to be open-minded. When I saw LeBron James dare to do something different by investing his money in starting a school to provide educational opportunities for students and giving back to his community, it touched me. Never, ever forget where you came from. When you are successful, and you will be successful, remember Lauderhill 6 through 12. Remember the teachers. Remember those in the things, the sacrifice. Remember your parents and the things that they did to help you. And make sure that you come back every now and then and say thank you. You come back and reach out to the next person, you know, that's trying to go where you have been. And at the end of it all, when it's all been said and done, only you know the true outcome. Because you can win the championship and you may still feel that you have not achieved all the things that you want to achieve. The sky is the limit, and it's up to you how you play the game and how you score. I don't get on the basketball court now like I used to. But every day I wake up to score. I wake up with the mindset that I'm going to help somebody, even if it's all I can do is give them a smile for that day, that I'm making the world a better place. So because you exist, because you are all of that in a bag of chips, because you are the Lauderhill 6 through 12 graduating class of 2021, you will make the world a better place. God bless you, and may God keep you.
Thank you, Dr. Osgood. In light of Dr. Osgood's speech about teamwork, I would be remiss if I didn't jump off script for a second and ask my team, the one sitting in the back row here, Ms. Maxwell, Ms. Birch, and Mr. Farr, if they could come up here and for the first time ever, kind of position yourselves over here and be a part of this, because I pass the ball to them to do a lot. And while you hear Dr. Reardon or things that we've done, I would not be anywhere where I am right now without my team. And so I'm going to ask that the three of them come up here. Ms. Birch has been with me for 9 years. She started Lauderhill 612 at my side, and a lot of times it is their efforts behind the scenes that may or may not get noticed, but they're going to get noticed, because I don't know of another graduation ceremony that will put you on the spot like I am right now. So all the cameras are on you. You are live on the web, and I'm thanking you for being there for our kids and for me. You can stay right with me. Dr. Osgood, can I have you back up on the stage? Dr. Osgood, I present the Lauderhill 612 STEM Med School Class of 2021, and I certify that they have met all of the requirements of graduation set forth by the state of Florida and the School Board of Broward County.
Dr. Reardon, on behalf of the state of Florida and the Broward County School Board, I confirm that all of these wonderful, amazing students that you've presented here tonight have met the qualifications for graduation, the qualifications of the state of Florida and of the Broward County School Board for graduation in 2021. Congratulations, graduates.
Okay, Bob Frazier, if you can lead us through the diplomas. Yes, sir, will.
We ask that all guests continue to adhere to safety protocols. Each graduate will be photographed by Grad Images photographer before they cross the stage and as they cross the stage. Parents will have the opportunity to purchase pictures online. At this time, we will allow our platform guests to get ready. Okay, at this time, I am so proud to read the names of the graduates, along with their future aspiration, and you'll be able also to see it on the screen behind me. Let's start out with Romario Brown. Future aspiration, entrepreneur, athlete. Jovane Campbell, dental assistant, music producer. Khalil Campbell, game designer, 3D animator. Wilson Charles, dermatologist, marine biologist. LaCoy Davidson, engineer. Trisha Davis, future aspiration, social media manager. Kamani Edwards, future aspiration, forensic nurse. Renisha Ellis, future aspiration, hospitality project manager. Betsy Flores, future aspiration, engineer. Ashanti Fong, future aspiration, general surgeon, pediatrician. Shalani Gonzalez Garcia, future aspiration, criminal defense lawyer. Latricia Gordon. Future aspiration, registered nurse. Jeremy Hernandez. Future aspiration, model, broadcast journalist. Eliza Irwin Ortiz. Future aspiration, marine biologist. Leji Isma. Future aspirations, real estate agent, cosmetologist. Walinda Labate. Future aspiration, medical malpractice attorney. Roxanne Losaint. Future aspiration, civil engineer. Nakaya Neal. Future aspiration, social worker. Camilla Ortiz. Future aspiration, cosmetologist. Anicia Palmer. Future aspiration, registered nurse. Jessica Pinnell. Future aspiration, industrial and organizational psychologist. Aaron Robinson. Future aspiration, electrical engineer. Jada Silvera. Future aspiration, cardiologist. Shamara Spence. Future aspirations, coder, website developer. Danique Taylor. Future aspiration, neurologist. Empress Weber. Future aspirations, veterinarian, violinist. Abigail Williams, interior designer, aspiration. Thank you, platform guests. You may be seated. I'll make sure they get it. Sure. Romario Brown, Jovain Campbell, and Khalil Campbell, please come back up. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to welcome to the podium Renisha Ellis, our SGA Vice President.
Good night, everyone. For my last official duty as a representative of the Lauderhill 6-12 class of 2021, graduates, please stand. Graduates, move your tassel from the right to the left and allow me to be the first to congratulate you as you are now conferred as graduates of Lauderhill 6-12 STEM Magnet School. Congratulations.
Congratulations, class of 2021. We now invite everyone to join us in the singing of our alma mater. Graduates, guests, and faculty, let me draw your attention to the alma mater lyrics on the screen and on the back page of your program. Now please rise as we perform the alma mater.
Love in our hearts, loyal is that. I cannot hide that Panther pride. Eyes on the prize, strength in our hands. I cannot hide that Panther pride. Always determined to do our best. We're number one and nothing less. Stay on the pathway to success. I cannot hide that Panther pride. Our alma mater, gold and blue, Lauderhill forever true. Fight on until success is due. I can't
All right, let's hear it. This concludes the commencement ceremony for the class of 2021 of Lauderhill 6 through 12 STEM Med Magnet School. We ask that the audience remain seated until all the robed faculty, graduates, and stage guests have exited the auditorium. Thank you, everyone, for sharing this special moment, and have a great night.